Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is my first booktube video and it is my May wrap up. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. It has been a really long time since one, I've created content, and two, since I've uploaded anything at all. And recently I got back into one of my old hobbies. I know the people who have watched my channel before know that I used to do vlogs. I used to like more of like lifestyle content. I'm going to start doing bookish content, and I'm super excited to be introducing this to my channel because I absolutely love reading. I love talking about books. I know my sister is tired of me feeding her all this information about books, so I'm going to start talking about it on my channel. So as you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be my May wrap up. So all the books I read in May. It is not quite the end of the month yet. I mean, we're nearing the end, but it's May the 22nd. How my schedule is looking right now from here to the end of the month, I know I probably won't finish a whole book before then, so I'm going to do my May wrap up now. That way I can get my books for June and do my June TBR soon. So also I also changed my channel name. I went from Kenzie J TV to Kenzie's Bookshelf, so welcome. My new content, this bookish content, is really just for me to have an outlet with these books because I love reading and it just keeps me calm. It gives me a peace of mind, but I also can't help but talk about them when I finish them. So this is just going to give me another outlet to use my books through, I guess you can say. I don't know if that made sense, but so I expect everyone to be comfortable. I expect you to be wrapped up in a blanket, like get you some water, get you some tea, lemonade, whatever you want to drink. Get you a drink, sit down, get cozy, and let's talk about these books. All right. So for the month of May, we have 9 books here, okay? We're going to start off kind of iffy, all right? We're going to start with It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I'm going to pull these up on Goodreads so I can just give you like the genres and the tropes and all that stuff. Okay, this is a romance fiction by Colleen Hoover. It is the second part to the duet It Ends With Us. This is the second book. I got to page 44 and I closed the book. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this book, and I'm hearing a lot of that this book really needs to exist. I'm not gonna hate the book. I'm not gonna knock it until I try it, so I'm not gonna give my full opinion on this book until I finish it. But just know that I had a hard time starting this book off, and I tried to start annotating, but I don't think I'm gonna finish it. I don't think I'm gonna see it through because it's just not. I was expecting a little bit more from this book that I'm not getting yet. So this is to be continued, okay? All right. Then the next. Alright, the next books that I read this month were the Summer I Turned Pretty series. Oh my gosh, this series has my whole entire heart. If I could describe my first love as a book, it would be this series. Let me just tell you right now, I love this series. This series is by Jenny Han. She also did So All the Boys I Loved Before. That was a book series, and they also have the movies out as well on Netflix. Okay, so the first book in this series is The Summer I Turned Pretty. This book is a 5 out of 5 stars to me. I absolutely love this book, the vibe of this book, the way this book made me feel. It was so nostalgic, it was so entertaining. I literally could not put this book down. I read this book so fast. I think each of these books, I read all of them individually within like 4 hours each. Like I literally was just picking them up, reading them, like would not put them down until I finished the book. These were so good. This book, specifically the first one, was like the true definition of a beach vacation. Literally like going to the beach, living in paradise, and then having to go back home to reality. Like this is it. This book is that, okay? So basically it's about this girl named Belly. Her mother and her brother, they travel to Cousins Beach every summer to their beach house, and they stay there the whole summer with her mom's best friend and her son. So it's just the kids and the moms. They stay there for the summer. They have the perfect summer, and Belly is there, and it's like this little love triangle going on between her and the boys. And She just looks forward to summer every year to go spend the summer at the beach house, for one, because she loves the water, she loves the beach, but then two, she gets to see her childhood crushes. Like, what better way to spend your summer with two boys that you are absolutely in love with? Okay. Then you kind of get into the how she like has to go back to reality. I just kind of love that whole concept, like the beach just being the perfect place to be and then having to go back to reality. Like, that's literally me when I go to vacation. I love the beach and I hate going back home afterwards, just because like it's so nice. Literally, it's paradise. The next one is It's Not Summer Without You. This one got a 4.5 stars. It wasn't quite a 5-star for me. Hold on, let me clarify. I absolutely love this book, okay, but it wasn't a 5-star read just because something really big happened at the beginning of this book and the whole book revolves around that. It's just, we didn't get that nostalgic feel that I got from the first book. I didn't get the same feel that I got with the first book with this one, but it was still a really good read, still really entertaining. We get more into like the teenage drama in these. So yeah, so this was a 4.5 stars. Okay, and the last one is It's Not, oh no babes, We'll Always Have Summer. And this one was also 4.5 stars to me. I didn't get the same feel from this book as I did the first one. However, it was still a really good book. I absolutely love the covers as well. I finished this book in one sitting. Literally sat down, started this book, and then I get up until I finished, and I loved it so much. So 4.5 stars. We still get more of the love triangle in this book, which I do like that. I love all the characters. I love the whole dynamic of the friend group, just like them all being together and growing up together, just seeing how they all grow up. It's just like really nice. This series is a young adult series. It's a childhood friends to lovers trope, so this was really good. I love this. All right. The next books that I read this month were the off-campus series. This is not the whole series. This is only 3 out of 5 of the books that I read from the series. I do have the other 2 books in this series. I have not read them yet. I plan to read them really soon though. This is a contemporary romance, so you don't have to start with one and like read in order. You can literally start with any book and you won't be lost. Like, nothing is like just really revealed in either book that will give anything away. This is also a hockey romance. I don't think this is young adult. No, it's definitely not young adult. These are spicy. These are like just strictly like romance fiction, but it is a hockey romance. So basically the series is about hockey roommates slash teammates, and each roommate slash teammate gets their own book and their own story. And so far I've gone through 3. I have 2 more to go. So yeah, all of these guys that live together off campus, and they all play hockey together, and they all get their own love story. That's it. Like, that's just the gist of it. I'm gonna just rate them, I guess, all the way through. The first one I read was A Deal. Let me just tell you, these covers make me cringe. They're not bad, but I just don't like them. I don't know. I'm not feeling the covers. Anyways, so the first one is The Deal. All of these are by Elle Kennedy, by the way. I didn't say that, but this is The Deal. I think I gave all of these a 3.5 stars just because like they're all just really entertaining. They're really fun to read. They're really easy to read. I think I read these pretty fast. I just love like the college drama and the college feel that I got from this book, because I am a college student. Even though my college life was not this interesting, well, my college life is not this interesting because I'm still in college. This is just like really fun to read. It's not like a plot heavy book though, so you're just kind of like reading like the daily lives of these kids and just like their love life. So it's not a 4-star read just because it's nothing about this book that just makes me go, oh my gosh, I love this book so much. I do love this book so much, but I don't know, am I making sense? I don't think so, but 3.5 stars. Okay, then we have The Mistake. So this one is Garrett and Hannah's story, and then this one is Logan and Grace's story. This one was also 3.5 stars. I think Logan might be my favorite roommate though, because I think this book was just really interesting. It was really funny, and I really like this one. It did take me a little minute to get into this one, I will say, but other than that, I think I really enjoyed this book. I do remember just laughing a lot during this one. It was just, I like this one. It's really fun. Okay, next. And the last one I read from this series is The Score, also 3.5 stars. This is Dean and Allie's point of view. It's really just an entertaining read. I did enjoy these though. 3.5 stars. Okay, these are in the way. Y'all are like still in the spotlight. Okay, this book. I'm sorry, I love this book so much. The next book that I read this month was You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. My friend sent me I think it was like an Instagram story or maybe like an Instagram post about this book, and then like a couple days later it popped up on my TikTok, and so we decided to go find this book. So we bought this. I think we went to Target. Yeah, we went to Target, found this book, and we both read it. This is a suspense slash thriller. I got a little bit of satire feel from this book too. I don't know if she did that intentionally, but I kind of felt like it was some satire in here, but it was really, really good. Basically, it's about this girl named Grace again. She travels, she's from New York. She goes to Wyoming. She goes on vacation to Wyoming. She takes this trip. She needs to get away. She goes to Wyoming on this trip. She rents out this Airbnb, not the whole house. It's only a room in the house that she's renting out. Just kind of getting like a feel of her whole trip. The host of the Airbnb is like really creepy. He's really weird, and you kind of get that vibe from the beginning of the book. And throughout the book, you just kind of see all the weird things that he does, and you know, or whatever. And throughout her stay, the police come to the Airbnb and say that a girl has been missing, and kind of just ask the host if he's heard anything about the girl. It kind of raised flags for her, so she just has to figure out what is going on in this town, and like what's the deal with her Airbnb host. When I read a thriller, I expect a certain type of writing when I'm reading thrillers. It has to be a page turner. Like, we have to be constantly getting like clues throughout the book. I don't like when we're just sitting there reading for like 200 pages and have no clue what's going on. I need like some kind of hints. I need to get my gears running, turning. Gears, is it turning? I need to get my gears turning. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, I need my brain to start working, try to figure out what's gonna happen. And I guess like so many different endings for this book, and none of them are right. And she introduces so many characters in this book, and everybody's really weird. So like, you think everybody's the bad guy, but it was a really entertaining read. I had fun reading this book. And when I read, I go to like talk to my sister all the time throughout the book. I literally got up so many times and was like, what the heck am I reading? Like, it was just one of those books where you're just like, what is this? Like, it was like, this is like kind of wild. This is a wild book. It was kind of out there. Also a little funny. I got like a little humor from this book as well. But so many times where I just had to sit there and just like laugh for a little bit, because it was just like certain things in this book, and I was just like, no way she wrote that. Like, no way she just put that in this book. But it was really good. I don't know if I saw my rating yet, but I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. It didn't give me like a 5-star feel. Plot twist, check. Mystery, thriller, feel, check. Suspense, feel, check. I literally read this book in 2 sittings. If I could have read this in 1 sitting, I would have. But the first night I read this, I stayed up till about 3 o'clock in the morning reading this book, which really added to the vibes. The second day I sat down and I read it until I finished. So this was a really good book. I keep saying that, but I love this book so much. And then the last book that I read this month is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. This is the first book to the duet, so we start with this one, and then It Starts With Us comes last. This was a 5 stars for me. I absolutely love this book. I don't want to hear anybody come for me, okay? Because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this book. Let me just let you know, I genuinely enjoyed this book, okay? Let's just put that out there. I liked this book. I think for me, what made me enjoy this book is just me knowing the reason why, the backstory, and like why she wrote this book really just made me like it so much more. The way that she portrayed the story, like, it was very heartbreaking, it was happy, it was sad, it was everything in one. And I was like laughing, I was crying, I was smiling, I was like highlighting different lines, I was making notes. Like, this really pulled this book pulled every single emotion I ever had out of me, and that's one reason why I like this book. I love books that can pull out your emotions and make you just feel a certain way, you know, like just make you have these certain feelings when you read this book. That makes a good book, and I think this book did that for me. I don't want to tell you like the synopsis of the books because I don't want to give too much away. I think her impression of this book is for you just to start the book. So I do advise you start this book blind. Don't read the summary. Like, just go into the book, start the book blind, fall in love with the story, and get ready for a ride in part 2. That's all I have to say. those were all the books that I read this month. I had a really good reading month. I really was scared that I was going to go into a reading slump because I went from the Summer I Turned Pretty series to You Shouldn't Have Come Here to It Ends With Us. All of those books didn't get anything under a 4-star. So I was like, no way. I just read 5 books that I really enjoyed back to back to back. There is no way that I'm going to keep going and really enjoy a book. After It Ends With Us, I really didn't think I was going to ever enjoy a book again, because I felt so much after reading that book, and I was like, no way I can sit down and read another book. So really good reading month. Really happy with the books I read this month. Really happy with my ratings this month. They were all pretty high, and I know this is my first book video, so don't think that I rate every book super high. This was just a really good reading month for me, but this is my first time filming it and putting my opinions out there. So you guys will see more as we move along. Stay tuned for my June TBR. I'm super excited for the month of June. I have some books that I'm really anticipating on reading in June, so I'm really super excited about that. But that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that you liked hearing me talk about these books. I hope that you put some of these on your mental TBR, or you pull some of these off of your physical TBR and actually sit down and read them, because I had a really good reading month. So please read some of these books. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload more videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.